Alright, my friends, welcome for another shave today, which is brought to us by Sabotage Varicino's Opuntia, prickly pear. It's a great soap. I wish I used it more. I keep forgetting about it because it's the shape of the thing here. It doesn't stack with the rest of my soaps over here. So it's under the sink and you don't see it, you don't use it. So there we are. Our razor today is a Dorco, a fine German razor. It's a little bit floppy because it's broken here, but I kind of gimped it together. It works fine. It's a big blade. And it's ready to go. So let's get started. Today's history. There's no specific events for today, but there's an interesting uptick in rule because of the unrest going everywhere in the colonies. There's an uptick in vandalism and sabotage. That's something that's going to happen. You got people, and no specific stories that I could find of people getting picked up for vandalism. There were a couple little footnotes about sabotage, though, and that's just what we call it, vandalism plus. Targeted vandalism. And what's neat, well, just kind of a mental exercise that ties on to my razor today. Where's the word vandalism come from? It turns out there are tribes in Germany called the Vandals. They're famous because they came down and sacked Rome towards the end of the Roman Empire. And when they came down and sacked Rome, they didn't just sack it. Boy, they tore it up. And that's where our term vandalism comes from. It's from these Vandals. Kind of neat, huh? And they were Germanic, and Dorco's from Germany. Therefore, there it is. Okay, I could find some reason to bring that in. One of the big deterrents to vandalism were another group of American citizens that we haven't talked about much yet, but the Loyalists. That was a group, and there was a lot of them in 1775. But numbers shrinking because the English were being kind of jerks. But you had to be kind of careful about inscribing freedom or talking about what kind of acts of subterfuge or of vandalism or terrorism you were going to commit, for fear that a loyalist might hear and report you. Where we were already in a war, wasn't complete traction everywhere. that changes, the revolution that lasted, what, 8 years? So there were still factions on both sides. But it's kind of interesting things I've been reading about that. And that was the loyalist, or the thoughts of the English or the British about loyalists, was kind of what brought on the end of the Revolutionary War. They'd taken loyalists for granted. Oh, their loyalists will help us out. Well, by the end of the war, everyone was getting tired of, because the American Revolution lasted a long time. It was an expensive war in terms of people and materials. And in the end, it was a play when the British thought, well, the loyalists will help us out, without actually appealing to them. That was their undoing in the Southern campaign. Most of what we're dealing with this early is in the central and northern colonies. New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, to the north, and other places. It'll get steamy here pretty soon, though. This old Dorco is a pretty good razor. Good shaver. This is in 2 strokes, if I can get a darn fine shave, which is pretty much what I shoot for. I don't go for porcelain baby butt smooth shaves all the time. But if I can get here, I'm pretty happy. I could do another pass and be porcelain smooth, or dolphin skin, as my friend Barber Dave puts it. Dolphin smooth baby butt skin. But I have no irritation. Whiskers are gone. I'm ready to go out and do that which I do. Thank you so much for watching all this far. This is I didn't have anything specific history-wise to share with you today, but kind of a perspective, because that's about half to 2/3 of what war is about, is getting the public, or the population, to play with you. I'm using the aftershave today. If you can't do that, then yeah, you're gonna have trouble. And if you got Mrs. Olson next door watching everything you do, and is gonna report you when you start acting up, that's also something you want to think about. So behave yourselves out there, for crying out loud. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you're somewhat inclined, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.